Why do some fragrances disappear after a season, while others keep selling for years? It's not luck. The most successful fragrances usually do one of three things. They feel clean, they feel edible, or they trigger a memory. That's why certain scent families keep showing up across candles, diffusers, soaps, body care, and home fragrance. They're easy to understand. They're emotionally familiar. And most importantly, customers know where to put them. A complex niche fragrance might impress someone once, but a fragrance that smells like fresh linen, vanilla caramel, citrus, pear, coconut, flowers, summer fruit, or even the Australian bush, that gives the customer a clear reason to buy it again. So today, let's look at 10 fragrances that continue to resonate and why they work so well across brands, products, and generations. I'm Shane McGrath, CEO of Luxaroma Fragrance House, home to a library of more than 1,000 fragrances, with over 500 in stock and ready to ship today. Welcome to Inside the Fragrance House. Now let's review. Firstly, let's start with lemongrass and Persian lime. This old favorite fragrance works because customers understand it immediately. It smells fresh before it smells complicated. The lime zest and lemon peel give you that instant lift, while the lemongrass adds a natural spa-like cleanliness. Then the jasmine softens it, and the vanilla bean and rosewood stop it from becoming sharp or cleaning product-like. That's why it works across candles, diffusers, soaps, and room sprays. It feels fresh, but not cold. Natural, but still polished. It gives people the feeling of an open window, a clean kitchen, a day spa, or a reset. And that's why this kind of fragrance keeps selling. Customers don't have to decode it. They know exactly what mood it creates. Next, vanilla caramel. Love it or hate it, vanilla caramel succeeds because it sits right in the comfort zone. It's sweet, but it's not just sugar. The buttery and balsamic opening gives it richness. The salted caramel makes it mouthwatering, and the coconut adds creaminess. Then the vanilla and tonka bean gives it warmth and staying power. This is the kind of fragrance people buy because it feels safe, familiar, and indulgent. It makes a room feel warm. It makes a product feel more generous. And it works because gourmand fragrances connect scent with taste and memory. People don't need to be fragrance experts to understand vanilla caramel. They know it, they want it, and they come back to it because it feels like comfort. Then there's clean cotton. This fragrance works because it doesn't just smell nice, it smells trustworthy. It carries the emotional signal of clean sheets, fresh laundry, open air, and a well-kept home. The apple and lime gives it brightness. The ozone creates that airy laundry effect, and the lavender gives it softness. Then musk and violet make it feel clean on the dry down without becoming harsh. This is why cotton-style fragrances are so durable commercially. They're not polarizing. They're not demanding. They don't ask the customer to be adventurous. They simply say, clean, fresh, and safe. For home fragrance, that is incredibly powerful. A customer may try something exotic once, but clean cotton is a scent they return to. Now, French pear. This is a familiar favorite from our earliest days launching Ikoya. French pear works because it feels fresh and expensive. Pear has a soft, juicy sweetness that is more elegant than many other fruits. It doesn't shout, it glows. The orange and cinnamon add warmth at the top. The clove gives it a little spice, and the green pear keeps it from becoming heavy. Then the coconut and vanilla round it out. That balance is the reason it has such broad appeal. It can feel fresh in spring, warm in autumn, elegant in a diffuser, and comforting in a candle. It also avoids the trap of smelling too childish or too sugary. French pear feels familiar, but elevated. That's a very strong commercial position, and is still one of Ikoya's top sellers after 2 decades. A fragrance our customers keep coming back to is Camellia and Pink Lotus. It works because it gives floral fragrance a modern shape. Some of the traditional florals can feel heavy or old-fashioned, but this style is cleaner, lighter, and more architectural. The bergamot and lemon peel gives it brightness. The Camellia and Lotus create the soft floral heart. Then amber and white musk make it smooth, sensual, and wearable. That combination is why it transfers so well across diffusers, candles, and body products. It feels feminine without being powdery, elegant without being stiff. It also has that spa meets luxury hotel feeling, which customers recognize immediately. This is not just a flower smell, it's a mood. Calm, polished, expensive, and serene. This next one has a few different names. We call it Sparkling Red Raspberries. You might know it with champagne in the title. Sparkling Red Raspberries works because it feels celebratory. It isn't just a berry fragrance. It has movement. The lychee, strawberry, and raspberry give that bright, juicy opening, but the sparkling wine note makes it feel fizzy and lifted. Then rose and melon soften the middle, while vanilla cream rounds the whole thing out. That's why this style works so well in candles, body products, and gifting ranges. It feels sweet, but not flat. Fruity, but still pretty. It has the emotional language of birthdays, brunch, summer, champagne, and celebration. Customers respond to that because it feels happy, and happy fragrances sell because people can imagine using them. Next is a uniquely Aussie fragrance we call Australian Bush. In our country, Australian Bush works because it gives people a sense of place. It isn't generic fresh. It smells distinctly Australian. The lemon and pine needle give it lift. The eucalyptus and lemon myrtle make it instantly recognizable. And the patchouli and sandalwood give it earth and depth. That's why this fragrance can feel both clean and grounded at the same time. It works especially well because Australian customers understand those notes emotionally. They suggest bushwalks, native trees, heat, shade, timber, and open air. It's not a sweet fragrance. It's not a floral fragrance. It has identity, and identity matters because customers don't just buy smell. They buy the story the smell lets them enter. And then there are smells from other parts of the globe, like our Brazilian Bum Bum. This is an addictive and alluring scent that takes you to the beaches of Brazil. It works because it combines three powerful fragrance triggers: skin, food, and fantasy. The coconut, cream, salt, and sweet orange make it feel warm and beachy from the first impression. Then caramel, pistachio, and malt give it that addictive gourmand quality. Finally, tonka bean, sandalwood, and vanilla create a warm base that feels sensual rather than just sweet. That's why this fragrance style has become so recognizable. It feels like summer skin, sunscreen, dessert, holidays, and body confidence all at once. It's playful, but it also has depth. It doesn't just smell tropical, it smells desirable. And that emotional leap is what makes it commercially powerful. The next scent is a surprising hero that keeps our customers coming back for more: Japanese honeysuckle. This fragrance doesn't feature in any major fragrance brands, and yet with our thousands of creative customers, it's one of our best sellers. This fragrance works because it's a floral, but not difficult. It has sweetness, freshness, and nostalgia, all in one fragrance. The mandarin gives lift, the pine needles add a green edge, and the grape and neroli make the heart feel bright and almost juicy. Then vanilla malt, jasmine, and cedarwood create softness and body. This is why honeysuckle-style fragrances keep resonating. Customers tell me the notes feel pretty without feeling formal, sweet without becoming childish, floral without becoming old-fashioned. This is also a strong memory component. Gardens, spring evenings, flowering vines, childhood, warm air. That kind of fragrance doesn't need a trend cycle. It already lives in people's memory. And the final fragrance to round out our top 10 is a classic favorite, coconut and lime. This well-known fragrance works because it gives contrast. Coconut on its own can become creamy and heavy. Lime on its own can become sharp and fleeting, but together they balance each other. The lime zest and lemon verbena create freshness and sparkle. Coconut and peach add softness and tropical warmth. Then vanilla and buttermilk make the base smooth and comforting. This is why this fragrance remains a classic across candles, soaps, diffusers, and summer ranges. It smells like holidays, but it also smells clean, feels relaxed, but not lazy. Bright, creamy, fresh, and familiar, customers know exactly what they're getting, and they usually like where it takes them. So what do these 10 fragrances have in common? They are not popular because they are the most complex fragrances in the world. They are popular because they communicate quickly. Clean Cotton says fresh. Vanilla Caramel says comfort. French Pear says elegance. Coconut and Lime says holiday. Australian Bush says place. Brazilian Bum Bum says summer skin. Japanese Honeysuckle says memory. Sparkling Red Raspberries says celebration. Camellia and Pink Lotus says calm luxury. Lemongrass and Persian Lime says reset. That is the commercial lesson. A fragrance doesn't have to impress a perfumer to succeed. It has to make sense to a customer. And the fragrances that keep selling are usually the ones that make people feel something instantly. Clean, comforted, refreshed, nostalgic, relaxed, or just a little bit more indulgent than they felt before. A fragrance can be popular, but if it doesn't perform in the product, it won't build your brand. At Luxaroma, we create and supply high-quality, precision-engineered fragrance oils built for candles, diffuser, and perfumes, soaps, and body care. So whether you're scaling a range, improving your current formulas, or trying to create products customers come back for, partner with Luxaroma. Fragrance is what brings them in. Performance is what brings them back. You can find us at luxaroma.com. Link is in the bio. I'm Shane McGrath. Thanks for joining me inside the Fragrance House.